Now, the following video, it could be based on a true story, or it might not be. The characters' names are made up, but maybe you can learn from these characters. Now, Laura, I'm gonna tell you why, Laura, why you are a terrible parent and a terrible partner. Because you always so serious. You always trying to hold things over somebody's head. Now, Laura, your son, Lil Tommy is in elementary school. Lil Tommy like to play outside. Lil Tommy like to play basketball. Lil Tommy like to play soccer. Lil Tommy like to ride his bicycle. Now, Laura, you always saying, Lil Tommy, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, then you can't go outside. If you don't do this, you can't go play basketball. You can't go ride your bicycle. So Lil Tommy just like, shit, nigga, I ain't going outside then. I'ma just stay inside. So now Lil Tommy just staying inside playing a game. Lil Tommy playing checkers. He playing with his little toy action figures and stuff. Cause every time he go outside, every time Lil Tommy go outside, Laura, you like to make a big deal of it. You not doing this. So Lil Tommy playing the game. Now you talking about, Lil Tommy, if you can't play the game, you can't play with your action figures if you don't do this, if you don't do that. So now Lil Tommy just like, damn, I can't go outside or I can't stay inside, because either way she tripping. So now Lil Tommy is sitting in the middle of the door. Lil Tommy is sitting in the door entrance. Lil Tommy ain't going outside or he ain't staying inside. Lil Tommy is just sitting in the middle of the door entrance. Now here you come, Lord. Lil Tommy, you either need to go outside or stay inside because you letting bugs in. Well, let me tell you something, Laura. If you don't make up your goddamn mind and quit holding things over his head, just because you hold things over someone's head, that does not make you a parent, all right? Because, Laura, it's bleeding into your relationship as well. Because Big Tommy, your partner, yes, Laura, Big Tommy, your partner, you like to find out what he likes and you like to hold things over his head as well. Big Tommy is not a child, right? Big Tommy like pussy. You keep trying to hold pussy over Big Tommy head. And Big Tommy, he not letting you hold it over his head. Big Tommy just gone. So now you trying to hold over his head. So now you call a homegirl meeting, Laura. You call a homegirl meeting and you like, I don't know what it is with Big Tommy. Big Tommy, every time, like, is Big Tommy gay or what it is? And then you and your homegirls, y'all having this conversation. And then when your homegirls leave, now, Laura, you start to look at yourself and you like, damn, am I not as attractive as I used to be? That's not what it is. It's just Big Tommy don't care about pussy as much as you think he should. You know what I'm saying? And then let's take let's take something totally different. Now we're gonna touch on this, Miss Laura. If your ass wasn't so goddamn serious, you could prevent all this from happening. You know what I'm saying? You could prevent all this. Now let's take another scenario. Now we have Johnny. Johnny, he didn't have the best of parents. Johnny, he came from a broken home. Johnny just riding his bike, but Johnny smiling and Johnny loving life. Johnny smiling, Johnny got no reason to complain. He just smiling, riding his bike like he always do, and he's staying with whoever allows him to stay with, right? But he's smiling. Now you have Charles. Charles has a Mustang. Now Charles takes life way too serious. Now Johnny riding the bike, living with whoever let him stay with him, right? Now Charles living paycheck to paycheck, but he got a Mustang. Now, what nobody saying nothing to little Johnny When nobody saying shit to Johnny when he was riding on his bike smiling. When nobody saying shit to Johnny. Now Johnny done came up. Johnny done got him a Mustang. Johnny done got him a place to stay. Now, Charles think Johnny is in competition with him. Charles thinks that Johnny is in competition with him because they both got Mustangs. Charles think they in competition, but the thing about Johnny is still smiling while he got this Mustang in this place to stay. Charles is just angry because he thinks they in competition. Now, Johnny done came up even more. Johnny done ditched the Mustang. Now Johnny got a Lambo and Johnny living in a good place to stay now. Now Charles is just hating. Charles, but the thing about Johnny is still smiling. Johnny is still smiling and loving life and having no reason to complain. Now Charles is super mad. Charles is talking about, oh, we over here, we struggling and stuff. And he's just laughing in his Lambo and in his mansion he's staying in. He don't know what it's like to struggle. He needs to learn to be humble, practice humbleness and stuff. Now Johnny, guess what Johnny just lost his Lambo and his mansion. Johnny is back on his bike, staying with whoever allows him to stay with, right? But Johnny is still smiling. Johnny is still smiling. And Charles is looking at Johnny like, ha ha, Johnny, you fell off. Now you understand what it's like because we over here struggling paycheck to paycheck and you think, and Johnny is still just riding on his bike smiling. Why can't Charles just admit that he's a hating ass nigga? Why can't Charles just admit that? Now, when Charles loses his job and his Mustang, Charles don't know what to do. Charles is having a breakdown. Charles is calling his mama. Charles is crying in fetal position. Now Charles is on a bike. Now Charles don't know what to do. Charles he's basically losing it. Charles don't know what to do. Johnny is still smiling through all this Johnny done did. See, people only mad at you when you're doing better than them. But Johnny has did worse than you. Johnny has did the same as you. Johnny has did better than you. And throughout all of this, Johnny is still smiling and Johnny is still not complaining. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like, you got people. Now you can take these names that I used, you can use these names as, you can switch the names around. You can switch Charles with Laura. You can switch Pussy with Dick. You can reiterate this story however it is to make it work for you in your life. I'm not woman bashing. I'm not man bashing. I'm not doing nothing that. You can reiterate it how you want. You know what I'm saying? Learn from these stories. And, you know, you got people they like to try and mirror you. The reason why they want to try and mirror you, but they don't understand they not you and you not them. You know what I'm saying? Like, on your path in your life, you walking down a set of stairs. Your set of stairs may be larger stairs than their stairs. But you take, so since your stairs is longer, you have to take long strides. Meanwhile, the person who's watching you trying to mirror you, they not paying attention to their path in their life. Their steps are smaller. So they trying to mirror you. They trying to take long strides and they tripping, they falling down the staircase and things like this. It's not because, it's because they trying to mirror you so much, they not even focusing on their own path. So they tripping unnecessarily, while if they just focus on their path and they take small steps, then they wouldn't be tripping up so much. And that's not to say big stairs means bigger opportunities in life or anything like that. Big staircase can lead into a small staircase, and then a small staircase can lead into a big staircase. But just focus on your path, and you wouldn't be tripping up like that. You know what I'm saying? They trying to mirror your every move, but they not you. You not them.